Hi everyone, my name's Larissa. This is my first video and I'm going to make a few videos as and when I feel inspired to do so or I feel guided to do so. So this morning I woke up, I had a very interesting day yesterday, a very guided day, and I woke up this morning after dreaming about it, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I needed to make a video to send the message out there to some other people, you know. And one of the big things that came up for me yesterday was discussing the impact that certain situations in life have upon people from all walks of life. Children, adults, men, women, animals, all people, all living beings. And what I have found in my journey is that every situation impacts upon another person in vastly different ways. And I'm going to say it again because it's so important. Every single situation in life will impact each person or each being in a different way. Now I want to think about this as far as something really simple, and this is probably the best lesson I think I've learned so far in my life, and I've had to learn it many times, but ultimately it comes down to this. You can have 10 children lined up and you can give them 10 Smarties each, and you can make those Smarties exactly the same color in each 10 Smarties. They might all have 2 blue, they might have 2 pink, 2 brown, etc. They'll all be the same. But one child might not like the color red, and they've got 2 red Smarties. And the impact upon seeing the color red in front of them might be devastating. The effect that would have on them for the rest of their day, and maybe even for the rest of their life, may be catastrophic. But it won't be for the 9 other children. And that's the thing. 9 of those children might not remember you ever giving them those 10 Smarties. But one of those children will remember that day for the rest of their lives. And you've done nothing different. You've not delivered a message in any negative way. You've not had any negative intention. You've simply given them all 10 Smarties. You might have done so out of love. But one of those children has been heavily impacted. And I have a lot of memories from my childhood where events, even in my schooling years, that people, events that people may disregard, I might still remember because of the place where they resided within me. So my journey and the things that I experienced up to the point of getting those 10 Smarties was obviously enough to push me into an emotional spiral when I saw those red Smarties. And it's not just that, that's just a really simple analogy. In our adult years, we tend to be a little bit more abrupt in some of the delivery of our messages to people. And quite often, especially in today's society, we may even go so far as to call someone fat. Or maybe not use those words. We might go so far as to tell somebody that there's a new gym opening up down the road. Would you like to come with me? And I'll put my hand up and say that I'm really heavily attached to the fitness industry now. Now I'm heavily attached to the fitness industry. And I'm often saying to people, oh, do you know what? I really would love somebody to come and do a boxing session with me and hold the pads for me. And as a trainer, I can do the same for you and give you a great workout. And it's not going to cost you anything. It'll be fun for us. But it's not going to be fun for both people all the time. And sometimes when I'm inviting somebody to do something like that, it causes great anxiety for them because it triggers something. So we all have triggers. And the point is that what we do and what we say impacts upon everyone in such a different way that the only thing we can do is own our own feelings, own our own reactions, and own our own impact. If something impacts us, we know it's a trigger item. It's triggering something emotionally seated within us. So when I was over 120 kilos and when I was obese for the majority of my life, when I was obese, I looked at myself in the mirror, and although I thought I was beautiful, I knew I was fat. And the word fat had been thrown around so many times in my life that when somebody said the word fat, it would reduce me to tears. And that was one of my triggers. Not so much now, but let's think about that. The word, a single word, the word slut, it's still a little bit of a trigger for me. I don't like it. The word fat, it's a trigger for many people. You know, the word stupid. We've all said this to people, but the impact can be so catastrophic for one person and it might not be for another. The only thing we can do is own our own thoughts, own our own intentions, take responsibility for the delivery of our messages, and do all things from a place of pure love. Because if what we say and what we do comes from a place within us that to us is pure love, then we've done everything in our power to deliver the message with minimal impact. And likewise, it's up to us to openly communicate that message. We can't just walk over to somebody and say, "You're fat." We need to openly communicate it, even if that comes from a place of love. The delivery needs to be gentle and there needs to be enough time to explain it. So even if I say to somebody, "I have to go, I'm running late," and I'm really bad for this, "I'm running really late and I've got to go now, hurry up and get ready." We can say, "Hurry up and get ready, I've got to go right now." Or we can say, "If I don't leave right now, this is the impact it will have on me. What do you need to do? How can I help you so we can get moving really quickly?" And it's the same message. You know, it's saying I need to go, I've got to be somewhere. It's exactly the same thing. But one message might cause such great anxiety for a person, and one message might make them feel supported and loved, and it will be a little bit more gentle, so it lessens the impact and the anxiety. So that's really up to us. It's really big for children. And if we're thinking about along the sexual side of things, as adults, when we're dealing with children, they're not always ready for the things that we talk about. And we sometimes forget that. We sometimes forget that there's a lot of sexual messages in movies and in TV shows and in the things that people around us and in our environment say. So we might not intend to have a negative impact upon a person, but it can scar them, and it can be something that they take with them like a toxic poison throughout their life. And while I'd like for everyone in the world to be able to work on releasing all of those toxic poisons that we've been carrying, not everyone's able to do it straight away, and some people just might not do it at all, and that's their journey and they've chosen it. So our responsibility again, and I've written this down and I want to read it as I wrote it. It is our responsibility to do all things from a place of love and to openly communicate our intentions and thoughts. We do not own the impact somebody else experiences, but we do own the delivery of the message, and we do own the situation. Think about our career paths. Some people are going to be in emergency services, and they're going to be able to pull, lifeless bodies out of, some pretty horrific situations. Now, you can't tell me it won't impact upon them. It won't have some kind of effect upon that person's soul. But some people simply can't do it because that is just, it weighs far too heavily upon them. It's not something that they could possibly see themselves doing. It's exactly the same thing. Two different people doing exactly the same thing, and the outcome would be vastly different. We need to consider this in life. I need to consider this, and I think that delivery of this message to everyone today is definitely something that I feel guided to deliver to myself as well. So I'll watch this video over again, and I know it's very long-winded, as everything is when I am talking, and I know that some people will roll their eyes and they'll have their own opinions, and that's perfect as well. We need to have our own opinions. But for someone out there, and I have the shivers when I'm saying this, for someone out there, I know you needed to hear this today. I know you needed to watch this video. I know that this message was intended for you. If you feel those shivers at any stage when you're watching this, I know that this one was for you. So let's today and every day wake up with that intention that everything we do and everything we say is going to come from a place of pure energy and a place of love. And let's work on our communication and the delivery of our communication, big one for me, and let's help to lessen that impact upon, or the negative impact upon people's lives, and learn to recognize that everyone's different, and when someone's different, that it's not our fault. We're not to blame. We can't carry someone else's load. That's their load to carry. We've got our own. So when I have said something and delivered a message from a place of love, and I've openly communicated it, and it's negatively affected somebody, even if they've pointed a finger of blame at me, even if they've been so upset and look, we're on Facebook, they might have deleted me or blocked me as a friend on Facebook. It's happened. It's happened a few times. I'm sure we've all had that. It might be family members, neighbors, friends, work colleagues. It could be anyone. They've stopped messaging us, or they've started sending nasty messages to us. There might be a few emails. It's not our fault that somebody is impacted or feels that negative impact, that negative effect from the delivery of our message. It can never be our fault. It's their case item. It's something triggered within them that is going to be a big lesson in their lives. Whether they choose to learn it or not is up to them. All we can do is know and trust that our message was delivered in the best way, with the best intention, and with open and honest communication. I hope you have an amazing day today, and when I feel guided to do another video, I'll do so. Definitely feel free to leave a comment if there's anything that you agree or disagree with. I'm not after arguments, but I do hope that all of our messages come from a place of love. And yes, thank you so much. If you subscribe, then when I do put other videos up, you'll get to see them. Have a good one.